Welcome to the National Garden Bureau Q3 member update and happy October. What we're wanting to show you here is just some of the things that we're working on currently. We are gathering all the trials from our judges for the 2024 AAS trials. Those will help us determine which winners we will announce in November and beyond. Simultaneously, our 170 display gardens are placing orders for the AAS winners that they will plant in their 2025 gardens. We also are verifying all judges to see who will continue, which usually we have a very high percentage of judges who continue year to year. We're also accepting trial entries. We've closed the perennial trial now and are accepting annuals from seed. Um, Actually, any first year flowering, annual or perennial, and then that would be from seed or non seed, and all edibles, and simultaneously the container entries for those trials. And we're also working on our market share surveys for our breeder members. We are finalizing the non seed one right now, and the edible one follows directly after that. We just finished voting for the Therapeutic Garden Grant and have sent out a press release about that. Our judges are also working on the Display Garden Landscape Design Challenge winners, though they will be announced within the next month or so. And the big project right now is getting the 2025 Year of Genera all loaded for the website. There's 6 different crop classes, so those will go live in November. Then we're also working on the California Spring Trials registration and website while we are working on all the details for the 2025 International Plant Trialing Conference. So there's a lot we're doing here, but it's all very exciting. A lot of new things as well as our established items and programs. Wanted to make sure you were aware of some upcoming deadlines. October 30th is the deadline for Green Thumb entries. November 1st is the deadline for the AAS trial entries. That's also the same time the year of web pages go live that I mentioned. Our 2025 new varieties go live on December 1st, and our new combos go live on January 1st. So if you have not submitted anything for these deadlines and would like to get in, please contact Gail and she will help you out. Now, last time we did a quarterly update for our members, we were talking about YouTube monetization. So, yes, we are monetized right at the beginning of the summer, end of spring. We were approved to be one of the channels. So, what we are finding more interesting than the revenue, which you can see here, their estimate, which is not always 100% accurate, but right now that estimate says $283 since April. But what we are finding beneficial is the amount of time that YouTube is showing our videos on searches. And if you look closely at this hard to read screen, compared to a year ago, our views were about half of what they are right now. So it is interesting how the algorithm changes once you are a monetized YouTube channel. Next thing is a recap of our webinars from this past year. We did host 19 webinars, so we're planning on doing that same number, if not more, in 2025. This chart that we're showing you on screen is a list of all the webinars that we did, the dates that it was held live. So the number of registrants is in that column for a total of over 6,000 registrants in 2024. YouTube views then, we always post our recording of those webinars on our YouTube channel. Yes, the one that's monetized. And right now we're at almost 10,000 views for a total of about 16,000 impressions or reach from our webinars this past year. So we know we're going to continue doing those. Something I don't think we've talked much about, but we launched this 2 years ago, is we are repurposing a lot of our content, be it a webinar or a blog post, into an ebook. So right now we have a total of 24 ebooks available, and these are an incredible way where we are getting additional email subscribers to our consumer database. So just since this has launched, we've had 15,000 people sign up for these ebooks and then downloaded those. So it's another good way for us to educate and inspire consumers. And this slide just kind of shows you the header at the top of our ebook page where we list all 24 ebooks. And then going along with that, the more our database improves, the more traffic we get to our website. So we have two different columns here. So going back over the past 4 or 5 years, we have the number of AAS impressions, which has stayed very consistent in the teens, 13, 14 million impressions. What we are very proud of is the fact that NGB impressions have doubled since 2020. And that's really where I have to credit going back to our email database and the number of followers on our various social media channels that direct back to our NGB website. Not that Pinterest is social media. Some people classify it as that. We classify it as a search engine. But more and more, our Pinterest is increasing and it is sending traffic back to the website. In fact, Gail has given 1 or 2 presentations about how to use Pinterest to send traffic to your website. And I think there's a couple more coming up in the new year. So we're very happy that Pinterest has been such a successful channel for us. And here we want to welcome new members. Last quarter, we had about 5 new members. So the first 5 there, Miquota, Michael Perry, Power Planter, Gail Anderson, and Landscape Design by Lee, were thanked in our last quarterly update. We have some additional members: Lorraine Johnson, Optimera Holdcamp Greenhouses, New York Cultivation, Flowerbulb.eu, Garden Genetics, Hilverda Florist, and Berlin Seeds have joined most recently. And we know of quite a few new members that are coming in the last quarter of this year. So in our quarter 1 update, or actually our quarter 4 update for 2024, we will be happy to announce even more new winners. So I briefly mentioned the Plant Trialing Conference, but by now, hopefully you have seen the press releases, the information on our website. We are accepting sponsors right now, and within the next 4 or 5 weeks, we will open registration, which, yes, it is early, but since this is not an annual event, we felt it was vitally important that we make the registration available as soon as possible so that people can make their travel plans, put it in their budgets, etc. So it is coming together quite nicely. It's a 2.25-day event with a lot of networking, a lot of good educational sessions, and the cream of the crop from the industry coming to talk about their trialing efforts. And in the beginning, I talked about our 2025 year of crops, how they were all going to go live on our website on November 1st. So let's do a recap of what these are. Our houseplant is the Monstera. Our annual is the Calendula. Our flowering plant is the Dogwood. The perennial is the Asclepias. The bulb is the Caladium. And last but not least is our edible, which is the pea. And by the way, Floriselect's Home Garden Division is also promoting peas in 2025. So hopefully it's a good year for peas. And with that, I thank you, and I thank you for your membership, and we hope you have a good last quarter of the year.